Alright, hey everyone, today we're going to do Pokemon Red with only Alakazam, one of the best Pokemon in the game. I assume this is going to be a really easy run. Yesterday I did Machamp in Pokemon Red. It got a ridiculously good placement, getting third overall with a time of 35 minutes and 55 seconds. It actually beat out Blastoise's results. I think this has to do a little bit with experience. I definitely have improved my play, but Machamp overall is still a really good Pokemon to solo run the game with. That said, Alakazam is obviously going to be so much better. For base stats, 55 HP, 50 attack, 45 defense. These are all pretty bad, but it has 120 speed, giving it a 23.44% chance to crit, and 135 special. It is like broken when using special moves. It also has a medium slow growth rate, which is by far the best growth rate to solo run the game with, and unlike in yellow version, it starts with Confusion alongside Teleport and Disable. Through level up, we get Psybeam at level 27, Recover at level 31, and Psychic at only level 38. Also Reflect at level 42. Through TM and HM, we get some stuff, but not a lot of great stuff. We're going to talk about Toxic. It actually is a move that has a niche with Alakazam. I don't think I'm going to use it today, but it is a possibility. We also get Body Slam, Seismic Toss, Dig, Psychic, and Thunder Wave. No other electric type moves, though. I was kind of hoping this thing would get Thunderbolt, but it doesn't. Okay, what are my expectations today? So I'm going to be quite disappointed if Alakazam is not number 1 in the tier list after this. The current time we have to beat in order to get number 1 is 35 minutes and 26 seconds. If we can beat that time, Alakazam will be number 1. It'll beat out Mr. Mime, and at the top of the tier list we will have 2 Psychic-type Pokemon. Probably as people would expect. After all, this is Generation 1. Anyway, Austin and Zealous Pawn and I have been debating and talking. I went to an EDM show with my wife last night, which was my first experience with that kind of music live. Anyways, I was struggling to stay engaged with the music, and I was on my phone sending messages about what potential Alakazam strategies could work in Red version, and Austin played the run last night, and then Zealous Pawn played it this morning. Hilariously, they both got the exact same time in their first run, with the same number of resets and the same game time. They both used different strategies, but apparently Alakazam, all roads converged to the same place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete the trifecta and get the same time, same game time, and same resets as them, but we'll have to see, and I'm not going to tell you what their time is right away, so that we can run a poll and see what all of you think Alakazam is going to be able to do. This is going to be for first playthrough time. So we're going to get crazy with some of these times, because Alakazam is really good. Maybe we'll just... Alright. There we go. These are some crazy times, but Alakazam is also a really good Pokemon. I think if my first playthrough is like 37 minutes, I'm going to be so disappointed. They had 2 resets each. Executor. I know. We spent a lot of time this morning talking about Executor. That Pokemon is a menace. Yes, Alakazam can learn Dig. It does in fact use the spoons to dig. I have said this before on the channel, but the spoons are effective digging implements. Hilariously though, I'm not going to be teaching it Dig. Dig wastes some time, and I think that Body Slam is the superior move, just it doesn't waste quite as much time. We have critical hit chance, and then we also have paralysis chance. Whereas Dig takes extra turns, which is really bad for a couple of reasons with Alakazam. And it's also nice to just have it on Paris and be able to consistently use it, not have to buy escape ropes. How does Alakazam eat ice cream? Probably with the spoons. I assume it's smart enough to be able to use the spoons as implements. And utensils. Why doesn't it have forks? What if they made like a regional variant of Alakazam that had forks instead? Or like knives? What about the knife? The knife Alakazam? Oh my gosh, I want to see that. Like, why is it like bending a spoon? Like, why not bend a knife? Like, oh, I want a physical version with knives. That would be sweet. Game Freak is never going to do that. That's way too violent. But like, yes, physical Alakazam with knives with Swords Dance. This is amazing. I want this so bad. It would be more likely that they would make Alakazam with sporks. I could see definitely a spork Alakazam. I feel like also a fork Alakazam could be a good physical Alakazam. Like stabbing someone with the fork, that'd be like, I feel like at least more effective than a spoon. I remember this old like Robin Hood movie where like the villain was like, I'm going to kill him with a spoon. And the guy's like, why? It's like, because it's more painful or something like that. Ah, my childhood all's coming back. Okay, anyone who says just use Tri-Attack, don't use Body Slam. No, Tri-Attack doesn't have any secondary effects in Generation 1, so I'm going to get that out of the way right away before we start this playthrough. Now, whenever someone talks about Tri-Attack, we know what to say. No secondary effect Gen 1. Okay. I think I'm ready. Are we all ready? No. Okay, so, Austin and Zealous Pawn both did try some red bar strats, I was told, and they both said that it's really sketchy because Alakazam is extremely frail. So, like, think about Mew. When you saw the Mew stream that I did and I was trying some red bar stuff, Mew has 100 attack and 100 defense. And 100 HP. Like, Mew is much more well-rounded than Alakazam. Ah, Tri-Attack, I see. Try the attack. Just do a made-up back part. Yeah. Oh my, okay, so it would have 135 physical attack. A physical Alakazam. And then we get Swords Dance. What move would it start with? Is it a Psychic type or is it a Fighting type? If it's a Fighting type, does it start with Low Kick? That's terrifying. I feel like it would get Meditate at the beginning. Low Kick Meditate. That seems, it's like Hitmonlee, but with Swords Dance. Also with Dig. It's like the Hitmonlee that solves all of Hitmonlee's problems. Are we on a long delay again? No, I just read one of the messages at the top of the chat. Okay, here we go. Let's do Alakazam in Pokemon Red. I haven't warmed up. I'm going to be terrible. Also, Alakazam's front sprite in Red and Blue is very good. It looks like the Pokemon. It looks intimidating. I love it. Everything is kind of marmalade color today. We're going up against Charizard because it's a physical attacker. "33-second lab fight. Pretty good. Confusion at the start is so good. Now, these runs are going to be in a video where I compare yellow version with red version for Alakazam because it plays so differently in these two games. Now, you might wonder why, and that's why I'm making the video, is to hopefully educate some people, because in yellow version, Alakazam starts with Teleport and Kinesis. It does not get Confusion or Disable, which is absolutely brutal. I have no idea why they made this change to nerf Alakazam significantly within this arbitrary format that I'm here playing like 30 years later, but they did, and I'm frustrated about it. So Alakazam in yellow version is never going to get a good time because it has to take so much time in the early game. I thought there was a bug catcher there. I had to dodge him and then run into that wall. Anyways, you have to take so much time in the early game just using struggle and then getting confusion at level 16. Absolutely awful. Now, of course, we are just going to fight Brock on minimum battles. There is no reason to do any optional stuff to this point. I don't know how many turns I'm going to knock out. Wait, what? Why is it not recording it in the router? Oh, we might have some tech problems. Yeah, just a second. Sorry, we did not get the Brock battle recorded. I don't know what's up with that. Huh. Apologies. I haven't seen this glitch before. Yeah, and it's medium slow. I know. The fact that Alakazam is medium slow is like... Reset for better crit luck? Yeah. Reset for better overworld motion, more like. It was kind of bad, but I gotta warm up a bit. It's kind of chilly here today. It was like snowing. Oh yeah, I have to do teleport. Yeah, sorry. Good point. Okay, so teleport is a field move, and I can use that to Alakazam's advantage, I believe, in 2 moments throughout this playthrough. It's not as good as if you would get it and be able to like zoom around the map with it in some way that's much faster, but you can at least use it a little bit. So here, normally we would have to walk south after picking up the parcel like I did in the previous run, but instead we can just go out here and then teleport back to Pallet Town, saving a tiny bit of time. Teleport's actually much more useful for Alakazam in yellow version because you can move around a lot more with it in the early game, because the early game is an extended section of the game while you use struggle. Normally I get back to the lab at 104 with fast Pokemon. Sometimes 106, like Mew is 106 in most cases. So Alakazam's a lot faster in this section of the game. Just because of teleport. Again, another small thing that makes this Pokemon so terrifying. Might we see Seismic Toss today? I'm going to talk about Seismic Toss for sure. But I don't think we are going to use it. Originally, I thought that it was going to be best, but I've looked through all the damage ranges, and I do think that Body Slam is a little bit better. It solves more problems, has more upside. Crit, yeah! Okay, 155 Brock. Sub 2 minute Brock is really good. Thanks for the subscription with Prime over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Maybe... Welcome. Yeah, you're welcome for the lunch stream. Oh yeah, we could like backport this thing with the punches. We might even be able to do one of those runs today. Because I don't think this one's going to take a long time to optimize, and I don't think this one's going to take a long time to get a second run with. I didn't see if we did the bug catcher or this person. I'm going to do this person. Maybe this is wrong. Whoops. This cave, this cave is not good. This is one of the worst caves. It's so bright. No, stop. Is the Paris gonna get me? Oh my gosh, look at the Paris. Look at this Paris. I think we're gonna restart here. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna buy 10 Pokeballs. We learned that you gotta get Pokeballs because we can't attack the Paris. Paris is too mighty. I even bought 2 extra Pokeballs because I'm like, the Paris could be bad and we can't weaken it, but not enough. Yeah, at least Brock is like really consistent. We don't even have to think about that portion of the game. I can continue to warm up here. We timed a couple different strategies, or Austin timed a couple of different strategies for Misty. I'll talk about those when I get there. But there is some... Oh, we don't have the Pokedex, so we can actually just spam A after opening the menu, which is really convenient. Back here at 50 seconds. That's like a 15-second time save, just that teleport. Vitamins will be unnecessary. I actually think skipping the antidote is better here. It takes time to pick it up, it clogs the inventory, and all poison types are going to get knocked out right away until the execute. So we definitely don't need it in the early game, and we can just buy it in the mart, which will save a small amount of time. And we could always just use the full restore. Like, we probably don't even need to buy the antidotes. This is a really small detail. But again, we are, starting with the Machamp stream yesterday, we are starting to get into those tiny details in red version, and they are mattering. Okay. Bye-bye, Brock. He's going to give us the Bide TM. Oh, gosh, I always mess that up. The Bide TM has one potential niche in this run, which I will talk about in a second. Also, since Alakazam is like one-shotting pretty much everything, all the paralysis users, all the poison users, we don't really need to grab other items, so then the mart trip even becomes fast. Imagine if Brock gave you the Wrap TM or Bind. Yeah, if Bind was a TM, or if Wrap obviously isn't a TM, but yeah, that would be pretty good. I think I'm going like 1 or 2 tiles too far there, but the color palette doesn't change in red, and that's what I watch for in yellow. It kind of throws me off. I need to learn the positioning against the wall and the little like gate boulders so that I can do it more accurately. Alright, Paris, don't ruin my day. It's just down once if you don't get the antidote early. I bought 10 balls for that. Are you kidding me? We don't need that. I actually reacted really quickly there and didn't pick it up from muscle memory. So we can teleport back from Bill's house, and then we save the time that it takes to print the text on the screen that says like, you picked up the escape rope. It is slower to do that than to just walk out of Bill's house. I think only like by a tiny bit though. It's also easier to access teleport from the menus because it's always the top slot of your Pokemon. And I won't have opened the menu before Bill, so all of the cursors will be reset from the Oddish Lass. Apparently still 5 years in, I'm talking about new things. Constantly learning with these games. Sub 4 Mount Moon. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, this is actually wild. Maybe I should have saved here. I don't think I'm gonna one-shot the Pidgeotto. My route is just not recording. This is annoying. The Abra. Oh, it knocked itself out. So my route is just not recording. Luckily, we have both Austin and Zealous Pawn have submitted routes, and because of that, we can use their routes to optimize things after this. But it's really annoying that mine isn't recording. So I was told here that you need to use the elixir after the hiker to continue through Route 25. Route 25 to complete this section of the game. Is there a single Pokemon we have not one-shot other than Brock's Pokemon right now? I don't think so. Let's talk about Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss will be useful because Alakazam is a medium slow growth rate Pokemon, so it will be useful against Misty to knock out her Starmie more quickly, but it'll be a 3 turn to knock out the Starmie. Guess how many turns it takes with Confusion to knock out the Starmie, even though it's resisted? The answer is, it takes 6 turns, only 3 extra turns. To get the Seismic Toss TM, we have to fight 4 additional Pokemon. Even if all 4 of them are one-hits, we have to play another battle animation, and then pick up a TM and teach a TM. So it's going to be faster to skip Seismic Toss and just use Confusion to knock out Misty's Starmie. There's also upside because we could crit or we could confuse. Oh, I didn't one-shot the Pidgeotto. Yeah. I guess those 3 Pokemon. There is alternatively the Bide strategy against the Starmie, which Austin did time earlier today. And the Bide strategy, on average, comes out slightly slower than... Because you have to open the bag, you have to teach the move, you have to then use the move. Misty's Starmie has to use the correct things against you. She does have an X-Defend, which could waste extra time. So in general, Confusion is the winner for this section of the game. Oh, you can bump into that guy if you're not holding A, and then talk to the lass. I didn't notice that before, but yeah. We have a... Look, I skipped the Death Ether. Whoa, I went to another tile today. Getting all the unique tiles here. No Fort Escape Rope today. This is not a good color scheme for Misty's gym. The water should not look yellow. I'm just gonna say the water should not look yellow. Nah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I heal? I'm gonna heal. I don't think I need to heal, but could pick up the ether and then not heal. Yes! No! Okay, that started... Oh, are you kidding me? So, the disable... Okay, at least we disabled Hypnosis. Okay. This fight started really well. We got a crit, and then it went really bad. We got Hypnosis and then Confusion disabled. Probably the 2 worst things that could have happened right there. When you're asleep, the disable counter does not decrement. So you have to wait out the sleep, and then after the sleep goes away, then you have to wait out the disable. Absolutely awful. I've used that tactic against Brock in yellow version, where he doesn't use his full heals when his Onix is using Bide. You can put him to sleep, then use disable, and that'll do it. I don't know why RBY XP Router is just not working today. It's weird. I think this Mart is superior to Cerulean Mart in this run, because we don't need escape ropes. But we definitely don't need that. This is our one optional battle. Gonna pick up body... Oh, 2 optional battles, there will be. But we're gonna grab Body Slam. This is another one that we have thought about. We want to get Psychic as soon as possible without wasting time. And these are one-hits. There's like a 10% chance or a 20% chance that you don't one-shot the Ponyta. But we got it. We saw that one step before towards rest. I know, I'm sorry. I apologize. Also, having Body Slam here allows us to have better damage against the Kadabra and one-shot, which is a little bit convenient. We're also about to get Psybeam. It would be nice if we could get Psybeam before Surge, but... Yeah, Alakazam would look like... Yeah, it does look like it would break if it Body Slammed anything. Oh. Dig, teach to Paris. Oops, taught it in the wrong spot. I'll have to be careful about that later. Oh, we'll replace disable. Disable is a terrible move. Can't see any of my damage ranges because... Oh, I replaced teleport. I wasn't supposed to do that. There's one other location where it's useful, but it doesn't matter. I'll have to dig back from... We'll just have to use dig for the Poke Fan Club. You could use teleport here. I honestly don't think it really matters. The other place you can use dig is Lavender Town, but... I thought disable was in the slot tube. I didn't look. We don't need to heal there again because not having cut in slot 1 is so annoying. We can probably just confusion these. Slightly suboptimal play, run dead. Well, it's the first run. Whoa. We could get the teleport TM. It's definitely not worth it. The amount of time the teleport saves, this next teleport is like 1 second. You just don't have to use fly. Like, it's using teleport instead of fly, which is not vastly superior. It's just a little bit better. Because you don't have to go through the menu and like select the city. You just go back to the place that you were at previously. I think I body slammed these. Nope. Alakazam, your physical attack's not very good. Oh, oh my gosh, we Gen 1 missed that. And then we got the confusion and knocked it out still. Perfect. And that headbutt was scary. Alakazam is really frail. Please don't Gen 1 miss. Please don't. Wait, yeah, Slowpoke is definitely a Psychic type. It's definitely a Psychic type. I made this mistake in one of my early videos. On the overlay, it said only water, and then everyone called me out for it, so I remember that. It's definitely a Psychic type. And speaking of Psychic, don't pick up that Max Ether. Never need that. Speaking of Psychic, we are not going to go to Saffron City to pick up the TM. Instead, we're just going to level to get it. Because we get it at level 38. And it doesn't improve damage ranges significantly on any of the Pokemon that we're fighting in the next small section of the game. Really, other than... I don't think I need another one. I don't think I need the Nugget. It doesn't really improve the damage ranges on any of the Pokemon that we're fighting in the next little section of the game. I'm gonna run this Mimicless. Oh. Yeah, it was a good Doduo. Nice. There's just not very much I need to do here. So I healed in Celadon, so I could teleport back to Celadon. That's the one usage of it that I had. So here is where like you feel like Psychic is going to be useful, but it's really not. I think I did that wrong. I think you're supposed to Psybeam this. Yeah, you are. Recover in the place of Disable. Now Recover, Zealous Pawn put this one really well actually. Recover is the best move that you never want to use. because it just wastes time to use it. So you don't want to be using recover. It's not a good move to use. I should have used that earlier, but oh well. Oh, see, it recorded the rival 6 split at that moment. So we've had that twice. I'm going to fix it after this stream. Didn't have time to do it last night. I can definitely cut some of these items. Like, I'm just picking stuff up because I'm used to it. I'm scared. What if we run out of psychic PP? So the goal for Pokemon Tower is to get to level 34. And then we should have 4 rare candies and be able to use the rare candies to get to level 38 and get psychic. But we're gonna see. I'm feeling like fighting the bug catcher on Route 3 might be important. Although, looks like no, we're gonna do it. There's 2 more trainers here. Okay, Drowsy line. Really annoying, but Body Slam is better because you can crit, whereas Seismic Toss does not crit, and Seismic Toss does not do as much damage either. Alright. $34. Exactly 34. Look at that. All a part of the plan. Now we got Psychic. Here is where I would teleport, but I don't think it even works because... Wait, where are we going next? Sorry, pause. Forgot what I was doing next. Definitely not going to the rival. I'm not going over here. Sorry. Going to Erica next. The whole reason we do this is so we can go to Erica next. We have Psychic for Erica. Psychic for Erica is really helpful. Then we go to Koga. Then after Koga, we go to Sylph. Do we need a Rocket Hideout for anything? We do not know. Good Pokemon in Red and Blue do not, in Red and Blue do not go to Hideout. Hideout sometimes makes sense in Yellow, but yeah, Body Slam can also paralyze the Drowsy, yeah. Another reason it's good. Alright, this guy. We have Body Slam. Thankfully that did not disable Body Slam. The range there, you can knock that Cadaver out in one hit. This is one downside of coming here before fighting the rival in Sylph. But the rival in Sylph, I've heard, is a little bit scarier. Definitely don't need to save. Unless I, like, Gen 1 miss on the Wheezing, it self-destructs? I don't know. Does that? Okay, that was really risky. Don't do that. Could I get a world record if I wanted? I don't think anyone gets a world record because they want. I think they try. So could I get a world record if I tried? Not right now with my current skills. I don't know how to get a world record, so the answer to that's pretty easy. Now we're gonna go over here. No Machoke candy. We can go and get it after. But I don't know if we need it. We'll see. Don't know if I need to elixir that. Probably not. Okay, here we go. Rival. It's good that sand attack missed. Oh my gosh. I hate that. Reset one. This is just a mistake. I ran out of PP there. I'm not going to be able to knock out the Alakazam. But okay, so this is... We're going to teach Reflect in the place of Psybeam. Then we're going to recover. Then Body Slam. We want to be able to survive the slash from the Charizard, if it uses it. I just don't have enough Psychic PP here. Do I have to Elixir again? I need those for the league, though. Well. What is the use of Reflect? Lance and the champion. Lance has really scary hyper beams, and we don't have good damage ranges against any of his Pokemon. And I think everyone thinks that Alakazam does more damage than it does, but in the late game we're going to be pretty underleveled. Do we use Arena now? Well, we'll see. Okay, the Alakazam is the only annoying Pokemon here, because it likes to use Recover. But this is why we have Body Slam. So we can crit it, we can paralyze it, there's lots of upside, and then eventually we'll just win. The other alternative there is to use Toxic, which is a fun alternative, but it's fairly slow. It also solves Pokemon like the Executor later into the run. But Not teaching Psywave? No. Sabrina's like, it's a powerful move. Like, it's definitely not a powerful move. You don't need candies here because there are no Raticate. I'm going to save before Blaine because the Arcanine does tons of damage with Takedown if it actually hits one. Alright. He didn't do his scary stuff. We could reflect on Blaine, but I don't think it's good. I looked at the takedown needs to crit to do enough damage to be really scary. And then both Arcanine and Rapidash need to go for their physical moves. It needs to be Stomp into takedown. It's just very unlikely for Alakazam to lose there, and I don't think spending the time on Reflect makes sense. Yeah, I do think that Reflect is only for 2 battles. The other alternative is using Mimic in the place of Reflect and then mimicking Amnesia on Lorelei for a slightly faster battle. But it's like 2 turns faster. And Reflect has utility against Lorelei as well if you want. Okay. Let's go, Giovanni. Haha, he guard spec on the one turn he got. Don't forget Warden. I already did Warden. See, we could reflect here as well. Wow. Okay. Body Slam's really bad. I kind of hate that. Crit. You have to see the poison text. Yeah, we have strength. There's strength. You just missed it. I grabbed it right after Blaine. Sorry, I'm not playing very well today. I feel really slow and like sluggish. It's probably because I'm tired, because I was out at the concert last night. Also, this boulder is a trash boulder. This actually might be the worst boulder. I think that is the worst boulder. This boulder is bad because I'm not even going over there to that other boulder. It's not going to be worth my time. Also, Momo's coming in and checking out the microphone right now. Yeah, you do the limbo under that microphone. Oh yeah, you gonna mess me up here? I'm gonna pause. Sorry, Momo. Momo, go over there. Go in the bed or on the chair. Yeah. Hi there. Oh, big purse. Yeah. You like the scritches, don't you? Okay. Go down on the chair. Go down on the chair. Oh, yeah. She's bumping into the microphone. You might be hearing it right now. Okay, come here. Let's go down here. Yeah. See, this time I preemptively paused, knowing that Momo was about to mess things up. With Churro, I didn't, and then we lost the Onyx playthrough, which was one of the most painful things. The other way to do the reflect stuff, and I think we might end up doing this, is buy the reflect TM when getting the great balls, which costs very little time. Then keep Psybeam throughout the mid game to have more PP, so that you just have, like, you're not running into all the PP problems that I have here. Of course, I'm running into PP problems. And then teach reflect before Lance. This also allows for Mimic for Lorelei. I don't think Mimic for Lorelei is going to change the outcome so significantly that we should go out of our way and pick up Mimic, but, like, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. There's actually several different ways to play Alakazam, which is kind of cool. Oh, this boulder is just trash. I really don't like this boulder. I taught all my HMs in the wrong order, too, so I'm losing tons of time in menus there. Yeah, I like it less than the yellow boulders for sure. Okay, here we go. Oh, Growl. Just terrifying. Just terrifying for you to growl against me. It's annoying there, actually. I could get frozen, but no. Bye-bye. Do I need to elixir before the next battle? I'm a little worried. Okay, that looks like a guarantee. Yeah, 1 PP up might not be the worst idea on Cycling Road. Just in case you Gen 1 miss too. It's like, it does solve some problems. It's pretty small, but we made it through there now, so we're good. Knocked itself out. No! Alright. Uh-oh. Wait. I might tie. I might tie their times. I know I have recover. That's brutal. Maybe don't reflect there. I want to reflect just because of the Executor. It's going to waste our time, as usual. Yes! Good turn one. Hopefully no... Oh, are you kidding me? Well, the special drop there is really annoying. I'm going to see if I can play it. And we lose the badge boosts right before the Executor. Okay, crit. It's pretty good. Okay, we're slower now. Nope. Kind of a disappointing first playthrough, honestly. No. Don't heal when that thing's at low health. Got it. Wow, that's frustrating. Ha! The Fire Blast did like nothing. Okay, 3550, first playthrough, 4 resets, 565 bonks, level 58. Two hours, 15 minutes of game time. Yeah, like we talked about the PP up before this run. We came to the conclusion that it's not necessarily the best. Also, you need 13 uses of Psychic to get through the champion in the worst case scenario. So with PP up, Psychic will not have enough. You'd have to body slam the Executor once or twice. It can be slightly faster if you... Psychic does do more damage to the Executor when compared with body slam. Psychic is like a 4 or 5 turn, I think. And then body slam is like 5 or 6. It's like 1 or 2 turns better. But it can be, it has more upside because it has a special drop. We did talk about that. Yeah. You want to get like, if you get like special drop like first 2 turns, it's going to be like 3 hit. It's going to be so good. No, Seismic Toss is not good. We don't want to get Seismic Toss. It's going to waste too much time to get it initially in the game, and we have another option that's available to us. I don't think Seismic Toss is the right play. All right, give me a second here. This is one of the runs that is... Seismic Toss does not outperform Body Slam for damage, no. Against most Pokemon, like the jugglers and stuff in the mid-game, Body Slam is better. I'll show you the damage ranges. 1 second. Okay. We're not gonna have access to my route, so we're gonna have to go into one of the other routes, like Austin's. Because... for some reason, my RBY XP router is just not recording things today, which is very weird. No idea why, it's just not working. Oops. There we go. So we're going to look at the jugglers inside of Koga's gym to give you a sense for why Body Slam is better. So here, jugglers, Body Slam, 2 hits everything, 1 hits the Kadabra. This is slightly different ordering than I did. I was a lower level here, so I had to 2-shot the Kadabra, and I got a bad damage roll there. So we'll add Seismic Toss to the moveset. I'll just put it in the place of Psybeam. And then here, Seismic Toss, 3 hits, 2 hits, Body Slam, 1 less turn. Yes, we can also look at the Bug Catcher instead. So on Route 3, fought last, but on Route 3 we can also fight Bug Catcher. This guy, who has 4 Pokemon. So if we fight that Bug Catcher, the idea is, do we get Psybeam for the rival here? No. We do not. And we do not get Psybeam for Surge. Yeah, you did skip Gentleman Candy, so let's add in the Gentleman Candy. The Gentleman Candy is to avoid going to Sylph to get Psychic. Because walking to Sylph just to get Psychic costs time. But if we can do Gentleman Candy, we get 1 more level, we get more experience in the early game, and then we avoid the trip to Saffron City just to pick up Psychic. Which then we save like a tiny bit of time in the mid game. We can just get Psychic through level up. So if we add Gentleman Candy, now we level up. We do not get Psybeam for the rival, but we do get Psybeam for Surge by doing it this way. Psybeam for Surge is much better. It's going to save 1 to 2 turns against him. Potentially 3 if we one-hit the Raichu with a crit. We could crit the Raichu and then one-shot everything on his team. Instead of taking worst case 6 turns. So we could have the turn count against Surge by doing it this way. No, there's no incentive to add other optional trainers. Alakazam already has a good enough path to the late game that fighting other additional trainers is just going to ruin stuff. Yeah, I think this seems good as well. I don't think collecting 1 more rare candy would make sense, no. As you can see, the rare candies basically, like the levels in Pokemon Mansion are lower. Let's check that. Pokemon Mansion. I just want to check the levels in red and blue for Pokemon Mansion because they're lower than they are in yellow. 34, 34, 30, 39, 32, 37. Then 32, 32, 30, 34, 35, 37, 34, 39, 36, 30, 42. 42 appears to be the highest level. Yeah, and red 42 is the highest level. Weezing level 42. So if Weezing level 42 is the highest level in Pokemon Mansion, and we do order things the way that I ordered them here, the last time, we don't actually need candies. So I fought Sabrina before. Austin fought Sabrina after, but I think Sabrina before is fine. Like, we have slightly worse damage on the Alakazam, and it can be more annoying rather than 2-hitting it. I don't know. Maybe coming back here after Blaine is better, and then we just 2-hit the Sabrina's Alakazam. It's going to go for recover. We basically have to crit it or paralyze it. Does getting a couple extra calciums a lot better damage ranges for Lance? Sabrina just does come down to a little bit of luck. I'm just wondering, like, on average, which one's going to take more time. I think, okay, so I think that, like, I'm of the opinion right now that we should not teach Reflect by level up and we should teach it by TM. This does waste some menuing time later, but we save time because we don't have to open the bag to manage PP in the mid game or go back and heal. We can just have Psybeam, and Psybeam is really good against most Pokemon. Like, let's look at Koga's team, for example. If we take out, where are we learning Reflect? Here. If we don't learn Reflect against Koga, look, Psybeam one-shots his first 3 Pokemon. And then we can just Psychic the Weezing. I guess this is, our damage ranges are actually going to be slightly lower than this. So it's going to be like Psybeam, Psychic for consistency. Yeah, and like if we're not using, I was thinking of using Reflect on Rival 5 and Blaine, but after looking at Blaine's damage ranges, I don't think that it makes sense to use Reflect on Blaine. Here's his damage ranges. Stomp from the Rapidash, this is without Reflect, 19 to 23% damage. And then Takedown, 34 to 41% damage. So he needs to go Stomp, Takedown, and one of these 2 moves needs to crit, and it needs to be Takedown. Or it needs to be Crit Stomp, Crit Takedown. Like, and he's not always going to roll these moves. He could also overwrite the moves with a Super Potion. I just don't think wasting 1 turn, and this is, we're getting really like into the fine details here. I don't think wasting 1 turn on a Reflect during this fight against Blaine makes sense when the chance that he wins is so low. Plus, if we Reflect, he needs a crit to win. So reflecting isn't going to help anyways because he's just going to bypass the Reflect with his crit. So Reflect makes no sense against Blaine. The other option was Rival 5, the Rival in Sylph. So I came back and did this one at level 41 because I rerouted the mid game to do Erica and Koga before coming here to Sylph. The advantage here is that we get better damage ranges, as you can see against the Rival here. I think this is slightly better with the lower damage ranges. We might not 2-shot the Alakazam, which is a bit annoying. We're like running into maybe some problems against the Gyarados. The Execute is slower, but if we're 41, this is faster. We 2-shot the Execute, less likely to do annoying stuff. I'm pretty sure it's using Leech Seed, Stun Spore, or Poison Powder, all moves which can be bad for this fight. Like Poison Powder is going to waste time in printing text. Stun Spore is going to cause resets because Paralysis is by far the most dangerous status condition in solo challenges, and Leech Seed is like one of the most annoying moves to go up against in Generation 1. Yeah, and then the other option is we go Mimic, so we don't go Reflect, we go Mimic instead. Mimic is like kind of helpful against Lorelei to save some PP, which might be the reason to do it, honestly. It can help against Lance because we can set up Agility. The issue here is that, like, I don't really like the idea of setting up Agility on Lance or setting up Amnesia on Lorelei because they both waste time. I just want to attack and go for the upside of special drops or crits with Alakazam. I don't think that, like, mimicking a move and then setting up with it 3 times, that's 4 turns of setup. Like, we just wasted 4 turns when we could have been attacking just to get slightly better damage ranges. Whereas against Lance, I have 1 turn of setup with Reflect, and then I just go. And I have the upside of crits, which will give me 1-shots, and I have Recover to play around to heal if I need it, and I take less damage from the scariest move, which is Hyper Beam. Yeah, the issue here is that really the problem I was having in the first playthrough is the Gyarados was going for Leer, which is by far the worst move for it to use. Look at the damage from Hyper Beams now. Like, that's terrifying. Obviously, I also used Reflect. So that's the final state. Leer or Reflect. Oh my gosh, Sky Attack on the... Okay, let's check Sky Attack on the champion. There might be potential for this. It does not one-shot the Alakazam. It 2-hits Executor, which is a 4-turn, which Psychic is close to getting. It's 35% chance to 4-turn This is a little bit more consistently the 4-turn on the Executor, but this also can drop special, and that's not factored into these percentages. I think 2 boosts should 100% the Aerodactyl. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. Still, that's 3 turns instead of 1. And we emphasize this is like Mimic here is functioning very similarly to Rest. We're playing passively. We're stealing something, we're setting up with it to give us upside later on, or hopeful. But then at the time while we're setting up, we're accepting downside, which is the Dragonairs can one-shot us with Hyper Beam if they crit. Oh, it would be this. Psychic, Recover, Mimic, Body Slam. But I think we Mimic Horn Drill from the champion and try and one-shot the Executor. That's by far the fastest play. We have a chance. We have a better than a coin flip to one-shot the Dragonairs. If we don't get hit by Leer. I believe this is 1 level higher than I was, but it's not going to change this by much. Why Body Slam and Mimic for the Alakazam? I guess potentially. Okay, let's think through this then. Body Slam against Lorelei. If we have Mimic for Lorelei, we steal Amnesia. We set up with Amnesia. Obviously, we don't need that much Psychic PP if we do this. 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 Psychic PP. If we do the PP up, then we have 5 Psychics to knock out all of Bruno's Pokemon. So that's kind of perfect if we accept that the PP up is a part of the route. Then against Agatha, we have good damage ranges. Then against Lance, we can run Psychic, Recover, Reflect, Mimic. And then we can Reflect, which mitigates some of the risk of setting up Agility. And then we can set up Agility. And then against the champion, we have Mimic. We can Mimic Sky Attack. Sky Attack is the play. Sky Attack is always the play in red. That's funny. Because, like, we could Mimic Sky Attack and then just, like, 4-shot the Alakazam. This is not as good as Body Slam, but Body Slam also could 3-shot. Let's think... Wait, if we think about this, let's think about this for a second. Alakazam, if we're Sky Attacking the Alakazam, we can't have Horn Drill for the Alakazam Zealous-Spawn. Horn Drill comes on the Rhydon, which is after the Alakazam, so we cannot use Horn Drill against the Alakazam. And if we cannot Mimic Horn Drill, then our only other option is to use Psychic on the Alakazam. Which I guess is a 4-turn, which is even with Sky Attack. Why aren't we just 3-hitting the Zam? Well, but like I'm trying to talk about the moveset if we run Mimic with Reflect. I'm trying to do both and give up Body Slam and see like where that takes us to. Like we can keep Body Slam. I'm just saying like what if we just don't keep Body Slam? Body Slam has no utility outside of the Alakazam. It's one Pokemon. Literally one Pokemon. I'm like, if we can just solve the Alakazam and the Executor with Mimic, then like why not just solve them both with Mimic and then move on? Like just drop Body Slam. We don't need it. Then we can have Mimic, which speeds up the Lorelei fight and makes her more consistent. It saves PP, helping us cut the Elixir before Bruno. Then we crush Agatha, Lance is then easier because we have some play around his powerful physical attacks with Reflect. Yeah, we need Recover. Recover is like Recover is going to save us against Lance like it did for my first playthrough. Like in the first battle, I was just like, attack, attack. And then like I could have just clicked Recover and then healed my health and then lived the slam from the Dragonite and knocked it out. Alakazam is going to use Recover and we're going to spend 6 turns using Sky Attack. Yeah, maybe. What about Tri Attack over Recover for the champion? I don't think so. I think that Tri Attack is going to take too long to get. And I know that you're not saying this because you're thinking it has a secondary effect. You're thinking, oh, physical damage, we could use it, which is kind of cute. I don't think it's going to be that good, though. No, I don't want to buy vitamins. I don't want to buy vitamins and use them on Alakazam. Like, just, like, I shouldn't even be picking up vitamins in the Safari Zone. I should just be skipping them. I think maybe the solution is just keep Body Slam. It's fine. It does solve the problem of the Alakazam in this case. And then if we PP up, I think actually what we can do against the champion, so Pidgeot takes 2 turns to knock out with Psychic. Then we're going to Body Slam the Alakazam. Then we're going to Psychic the Rhydon. So that's 4 uses of Psychic. We need potentially 5 more, which is a total of 9. So we have 3 Psychics that are freed up to use on the Executor. I think we can... that's a little sketchy with the damage range from the Gyarados. I'm not sure I like this. I think you have to Body Slam the Executor. I think you're going to run out more often than not of PP and then just not win. I don't think it's worth it. Unless we Body Slam here, we can just Body Slam the Gyarados. We can attack it twice and then Body Slam it. The issue there is if we Psychic the Executor and we run low on PP, then if he full restores the Executor like he did during this fight, we're going to be so pissed. Because like he could potentially full restore the Executor and full restore the Gyarados. If we go, I guess we could go like Body Slam Psychic Psychic, but then we're leaving the upside. And I don't really like the idea of leaving the upside. No, Double Edge, we have to go into the Rocket Hideout and fight 2 optional trainers. Definitely not worth it. Florian, the elemental punches for this line are only Generation 2, but they can be traded back to Generation 1. Yeah, fishing for the special defense drop is really what I want to do against the Executor, but I would like to have 2 PP ups for that. This, maybe, okay, like maybe let me make a case for it. And I think that if we're going to like race Alakazam and we're going to go for the best possible strategy, this is not going to be it. But maybe, just maybe, we get the extra PP up in Celadon City. It's pretty quick to get. It doesn't waste that much time. Like it's maybe 8 seconds. So then we get the PP up in Celadon City and we also get the one on Cycling Road, and then we use them both at the same time when Psychic is in the top move slot. So that's very fast. Maybe we spend like 10 seconds doing that and then we have 14 PP. And then we can definitely attack the Executor with Psychic. This also helps a little bit with PP rooting in the mid game to make me feel better about myself. Just being able to like push through and last for like 1 more trainers would be like critical. Yeah, like, and then like we save like the full restore elixir after Bruno, right? Like if it's just an elixir, we're gonna one shot all of his Pokemon, but considering that this is a 1-day stream event, that might be yeah. Like I do have to consider that I am only playing 1 day of the Pokemon, and I'm not gonna like optimize this. Like maybe we will do a red version Alakazam race later on, and we'll watch everyone push the time under 30 minutes because I think that's definitely possible. But like I'm not gonna do that today. I have like one more run, and we're gonna see what we can get. And we're like already into the weeds of like the tiny things that we can save because we're trying to like figure out, should we pick up a PP up? That's pretty nuanced. I do think it's possible to do this run with no PP ups, especially if we run Psybeam in the mid game. It might actually be the case that we don't need any PP ups because we're just thinking that we should run Psybeam. We're basing like the logic off of the run that we just did, which is the context of not having Psybeam in the mid game and having Reflect instead. But if we just give that up, then it's fine. And also, I think if we're like thinking about the most consistent, like, or the most concise possible way to win this run, I think it's skipping both Reflect and Mimic. I think you can do it. I'm not sure for the champion, though. I'm just not sure if we should Mimic Horndrill here. Because we only get one Pokemon of benefit from Horndrill. Like, let's think about this. So we Mimic Horndrill from the Rhydon. That inflates the turn count by 1. I think you pick Mimic or Reflect as your late game TM, and that's it. I agree. It comes back to the decision I thought right from the beginning, which was we can either choose Mimic or we can choose Reflect. We have to like each one has upsides, each one has downsides. We have to choose which one we're going to go for. If we choose Mimic, it's for Lorelei and then for Agilities on Lance. And then if we choose... It's Mimic for Horndrill on the champion. It is, right? Like, there isn't really another better move to grab. And it does delete the Executor very quickly, but that's really its only purpose. And it's going to get the Executor before Body Slam would. And it avoids the full restore issue with Executor. And it avoids the PP problems of Psychic. I actually think with... maybe if you run Mimic... If you run Mimic... Okay, I'm starting to make a case for Mimic. Let's talk about it. If you run Mimic, you don't have to get the Reflect TM. You do have to pick up the Mimic TM, though. I think picking up the Mimic TM takes a little bit too long. So maybe that's not the best. Then, if you keep Psybeam throughout the mid-game, you save PP, which is more concise, meaning you can skip PP ups, saving a little bit more time again, lending itself to the Mimic strategy. For Mimic, then, you can... Lorelei is a tiny bit slower, but like 1 to 2 turns. It's very small. Bruno Agatha, unchanged. Lance is a little bit sketchier, but we don't have to go into our bag and teach Reflect, which is a benefit. It's actually neutral between the two, because you would have to go into your bag and teach Mimic. We have to go into our bag and teach Mimic anyways. Then for the champion, we get Horndrill, which gives us a faster Executor and a more consistent Executor. Yeah, this really is the year of the one-hit KO moves. It's like... we're really finding the uses for them. Just because they save time in battle. Another thing here is that, like, red is much easier than yellow in a lot of ways. So using one-hit KO moves in red, I think, is actually, like, slightly better than using them in yellow. Because the Pokemon you're one-hit KOing with Horndrill are not, like, that scary. They're just Pokemon that take forever to knock out, like Executor. Yeah, we should set up on the Dragonair for sure. Well, so here's the thing. I'm only going to do one follow-up run, but the thing about this is that we have seen before that I like to restart. So I will just restart if we don't think the strategy is going well, and we can always try multiple different strategies. Still a really good first playthrough. If we look at the tier list, it's not the best time yet. Alakazam is slower in its first playthrough than Gyarados and Mr. Mime, and it's actually very close to Machamp's final result, 5 seconds away. That said, I will now reveal the Zealous Pawn and Austin time. They got 34 minutes and 27 seconds. So, our goal is to beat, I would like to get under 33 minutes. I think 33 minutes would be good. Yeah, Mr. Mime, step aside. I think we're going to have a new champ today, but we'll see. Maybe this is going to be an 8-hour stream and we're just never going to get a Mr. Mime, or never get an Alakazam playthrough we're happy with. Okay, I'm going to do a little summary of the optimization stuff that we talked about. Really, we're talking about the tiny details of runs here. Is it good to pick up PP ups? In some cases, yes, if you're going to run Reflect through Level Up, because then you have more Psychic PP throughout the mid-game. However, we can also run Mimic, which then we can just keep Psybeam throughout the mid-game to have more PP. There aren't really a lot of optimizations to make around rare candies. We just want to get Psychic as soon as possible. Really, that's it. There's a question around, do you do the Gentleman Candy? Do you take Psychic from Saffron City? But overall, I think it is better to do Gentleman Candy and then skip the Psychic TM entirely. Finally, at the end of the game, we have to see, like, what do we Mimic? Is that better than a Reflect? And I think the jury is still out on that. For Lorelei, Mimic Amnesia setup, sweep her final 3 Pokemon more consistently using Psychic, saving PP. Then, at Lance, Mimic Agility, set up on the first Dragonair or second Dragonair, depending on where we level up. And then sweep his Aerodactyl and his Dragonite. For the champion, we are playing around with the idea of mimicking Horndrill to knock out the Executor very quickly, bypassing the annoyance of the full restore, which got me during my first playthrough. I'm sure I'm going to restart this one a lot. Essentially, if we get a reset, we're just going to restart. I don't think we're going to save once in this run. I don't think it makes sense to save. Maybe I'll change my mind, and I'll probably start saving for Lance and the champion, but no one else. I think that's going to be my strat going in right away. As we get further and further into the stream, I will become more and more conservative with my saves. I think first save is Lance, second save is Champion. Because both of those, they can just get you and it can be pretty fast. Oh yeah, maybe Rival 5, the Sand Attack. You might want to just take the reset on the Sand Attack or on the Stun Spore from Execute. Those two are like pretty quick and we just take the resets right away and then keep going. I think only one reset there. I think if I reset more than once though, it's bad. I'm just going to try and reload like mappers and stuff because like I don't know why, but like nothing is working today. I would really like to have my root file written down so that I don't have to write it down later. Okay. I'm warmed up now. My overworld motion's pretty good. Okay, the router recorded that, so far, so good. Remember, just open the inventory and then spam A. It's very fast getting back here. Very fast. Love that. Repeating runs also where you have a consistent early game is fairly nice. Definitely skipping that antidote. as we saw in the last run. We don't really need to heal poison. We get full restores by the time we have to. There aren't really many teleport time saves after, what's his name? Bill. Bill is really the last major teleport time save. There's a small one in Lavender Town, but I don't think I'll hold it on my moveset that long. I think it's probably better to just change it out. Because you can teleport back to Celadon City with it instead of using fly. But all we're saving is the fly menu. We're not saving like walk time or something. And we're going to do the bug catcher on this route. Oh, what? It's 84% chance to knock out that Rattata and I didn't get it. Bug catcher here plus Gentleman Candy gives Psybeam for Surge, potentially cutting the number of turns in that battle in half. Adding 2 turns here. And like Surge could be more annoying. Let's say, for instance, he uses Thunderbolt and paralyzes, or he uses Thunderbolt and crits. Like that's just could drop us like 3 or 4 turns. So we're really preventing downside by doing it like this. Do I need that? I don't think I need that. I think I one-shot these Pokemon. Save some overworld steps too. Oh yeah, I do save some overworld steps, that's true. Okay, it's recording my route now. Everything's right with the world. Yeah, I think it's basically equivalent, yes, adding the 2 turns there. Because we'll save the 2 turns against Surge. But I'm trying to make the argument that it's neutral. Like it's neutral, but we've prevented downside, so it's better. Because the downside is against Surge. Okay, Pidgeotto. Can we get the confusion on the Abra? The confusion on the Abra was actually really good. Yeah, this is the second playthrough. 6 PP is enough for Mount Moon, yes. We need 14 PP for Nugget Bridge to get the elixir. We have 16, so we're fine. I just crunched the numbers in my head. My heals have not been great in this run. What is on Alakazam's back? He's got like some big shoulder pads or some weird growths. Look at this sprite, the back sprite. What is going on there? What is that? Oh, we could actually teach Bide there. If we wanted to Bide Misty, by the way, you can teach Bide there when you use the elixir because the cursor resets to the Bide TM and then you can just spam A through the Bide TM. And then the cursor ends up on the Pokeball, and then you can just press B, spam B out of the menu. So you can bump into him and then line up with her and then talk to her instead of turning the massive traps. I don't think so. That saves like the efficiency that we were worried about with Bide, like opening the menu and stuff. Maybe it's good to do it if we do it like that. What do you think, Austin? Also, if we teach Bide, we don't have to heal there. We can heal after Misty, because we'll have enough confusion to get through this and the Starmie. And then we can just bide this, this in the Staryu, and then we can bide the Starmie. Ooh, bide bag trick. Ooh, that's a hard one to say. Yeah, bide bag trick. Okay, I think I might try it actually. We got the upside there for confusion, but it's not helping us. Okay, well, we got a crit too. This is a pretty good Misty. Huh. We're exactly the same time as we were last run. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Stop it. Okay, disable. That's... We're okay with that one. It's just a slow fight in general. If only Bide helped us there as well. That would be sweet. If the Drowsy had Headbutt or something. That was his only move, but... This fight has the potential to slow us down because she can quick attack 3 times. So the goal there, we're hoping that she doesn't quick attack once. That was nice. It's nice menuing that I bumped into the wall. Look at that. No, not even going over to the rest portion of the SSN. Our 2 optional battles for the run. Body Slam and Gentleman Candy. We have PV problems. The run is dead now because we run out of PP, and I'm not going over to pick up the ether because, like, we're not going to finish the run if we do it like this. So what went wrong? Because when we level up, we don't get Psybeam. I think we should get the ether outside of Bill's house, yeah. But I also want to try the Bide strat on Misty. So we've got like, and Poké Center after Misty. Like we're gonna save some stuff here with Bide. So like we might not actually have to get the ether. We might not have to get the ether. Oh yeah, I have Body Slam still. I could use Body Slam. I just don't want to use Body Slam if I can avoid it. In the end, though, like I think we'll solve this problem with the Bide strat for Misty. Plus, using Bide with Alakazam, that's really funny. Like, Alakazam, the most amazing Pokemon ever, uses Bide against Misty. Imagine commentating that match in a stadium. What's he doing? He's teaching the TM from the beginning of the game and using Bide. Oh my gosh. It would be nice to crit that Charmander once. Get a slightly faster rival split here at the beginning. Be like 1 second faster. She only has 1 X defend. So it cannot spam it. And she does not have Harden, unlike in yellow version. So the Bide strategy is superior here in red over yellow. Because in yellow, she can just spam Harden, which gets real annoying when you're trying to beat her with a water type to get Bubble Beam. We're now on the third playthrough with Alakazam for today. We completed one, failed one because of PP issues. I don't think we can crit bide on Misty. Bide can't crit, but we named it's not a good name for the interaction. It's technically a speed tie interaction that multiplies the accumulator. A speed tie accumulator multiplier. It's my new name for it. It's really like just gets off the tongue, you know? It's just easy to say. Everyone's gonna understand what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll outspeed anyways, so we have to speed tie perfectly. I don't think that's going to be the case. We have more PP this time. What went wrong last time? I guess Onyx hit itself, but that saved only 1. We're going to have like 9 PP to go through Mount Moon. 9 is much better than 6, just saying. Shoulder pads. Yeah, what would Alakazam look like without shoulder pads? Imagine that. Scrawny little guy. He'd look like me. Stop this. Paris. 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 Not again. Not again. No. I guess we were technically not on our third playthrough. That was actually the fourth playthrough because we did lose one run already because Paris just didn't go in the Pokeball. I don't want to waste the time buying 10 Pokeballs. I bought 10 Pokeballs and then I caught the Paris on the first ball. Oh, I did take the antidote. Yeah, I can fix that. Oh, the crit doesn't want hit. Well, now we know. It prints extra text. Cool, we don't want the crit. Oh. I walked back. It's habit. It's hard to undo that. You walk back in every run except this one. I don't think there's another Pokemon that starts with Teleport. Maybe Kadabra. But that's it. Oh, by the way, why did the crit not knock out the Charmander? Because you might be wondering that. If you're doing more than half damage with a regular hit, why isn't the crit doubling the damage? Well, the answer is really simple. In Generation 1, crits don't double damage. They deal a multiplier, which is based on your Pokemon's current level. And around level 5, it's more like 1.2 times damage, 1.25 times damage, than it is 1.8 times damage, which it gets to fairly soon. Around level 20. So, that's why. I love you, Gen 1. The crit might be a range, yes. I can't look at the damage ranges right now. I'm distracted. I'm even picking up antidotes. We could get really... I think it's 1.5 times at level 5? It might be, yeah. It might be level 2 that's 1.2 times. Hey, pretty good Onyx. 15% chance to Oko the Charmander. Okay, cool. So we can get it. We can still hope. Hate you, Paris. Yeah, Smash Mouth, that's the formula. Gonna have 8 PP left over unless we fail the Rattata range, but we didn't. Are you ever red barring in these runs? Yeah, sometimes. We talked about red bar yesterday in the Machamp stream. We talked about red bar a couple weeks ago in the Mew stream. With Alakazam, it's a little bit sketchy because Quick Attack deals a lot of damage because we're so physically frail. And there are a good number of Quick Attack users in the early game. Don't ruin this for us, Paris. Paris. I hate this Pokemon. Okay, we caught it. It was bad, but we caught it. Well, speak of the devil. The Rattata Quick Attack ends the run. We had a bad Paris anyways, not a great early game. I picked up the antidote. Perhaps another 8-hour stream will help me hate Paris less. Yeah. I haven't done the Paris line in any other games, though. No crit today. Youngster Joey does not mess around. Yeah, that wasn't Youngster Joey, though. That was the Rocket Boss right before the Fossil Nerd. That menuing there is so satisfying. No, I don't think it's really that my luck is good for the first runs and then I have like bad luck for subsequent runs. My criteria by which I accept results in the second run changes. Oh. So I become more critical of misplays. And in the first run, I'm just like quite accepting of like, I'm going to make some big mistakes. I'm going to be like sloppy. It's fine. And then in second runs, I'm like, I hold myself to a high standard, which then causes weird little things to happen. Plus, as we play more playthroughs, we get more ridiculous luck because there's just chance for that stuff to happen and accumulate. Like, we have had the time that we needed for all these weird things to happen. It's like in the total time of the universe, Rattata Quick Attacks and crits the Alakazam so many number of times out of 100. And the more we play, the more likely we are to see those instances. Yeah, 151 Brock is so fast. This is so good. Like, in relation to other Pokemon. I don't know, like, I'm sure other people could execute this faster than I can, but... Yeah, Machamp is good. I think people don't... Like, I think people underestimate the potential of fighting types in Generation 1. In solo challenges, they're actually quite good, because... There are Psychic type users that are scary, but the Psychic type users, it's basically just the champion's Alakazam. And as long as you can survive the Psychic in 2-hit, you're okay. And a lot of fighting types have really outrageous physical attack. If you can outspeed in 2-shot. If you underspeed, you have to one-shot. Or it has to Psybeam, which is another way that a lot of fighting types win. Okay, Paris. Paris! Are we eventually going to get this down to the place where we only buy one Pokeball? Because we just don't want to take the time loss of the Paris breaking out even once. If it was a race, we would. That's the last one. Hate this thing. Another reason that yellow version is easier. Or one reason that yellow version is easier. You just get given the Charmander. Don't have to think about the Paris. Why didn't you hold B? Yeah, I should have spammed B in the perfect pattern to increase my chance of catching. Clean menus. Goodbye, Paris. Yeah, Paris is for cut. Yes! Yes! Critical hit, Charmander. It didn't give us a second advantage, but still nice. Paris is for cut and dig. Yeah, this early game is so fast. It really is. Like, Alakazam just screams through this portion of the game. Nice. 2 seconds faster on Brock. I guess I crit and one-shot him in the first playthrough. Darn. I don't... Oh, wow, fumble there. I hate unnecessary bonks. Whenever I'm bonking into stuff now, I'm just so disappointed in myself. There was a time when it was like normal. Like every time I'd go through a door, it was like, okay, there's going to be like 30 bonks now because I have to align myself perfectly to get through this door. But we've passed that stage. Yes! That is the Paris that we want. When this stuff works out for Alakazam, this feels like so smooth. It's like buttery smooth. By the way, only 39% chance to one-hit the Voltorb, but I got it. So we're getting a lot of really good ranges here. I miss the little chances from yellow version. I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much. He did it. He went up. He blocked my way. Hey, Christian. It's going good. We're playing Alakazam. It's so fun. I love this Pokemon. Alright, confuse this. No. Oh! Well, 4-hit. We need 14 uses of confusion to get through Nugget Bridge. We crit the Charmander. That's good. 3 seconds faster. This is... Okay. Alakazam is kind of on rails. Like, it's a train. It just goes. It goes at the speed it's supposed to go. There's not a lot of detours. There's not a lot that can go wrong. Like, there's not a lot that can go better. Like, yesterday with Machamp, by the time I beat Rival 2, I was like 45 seconds ahead. Or 40 seconds ahead. With Alakazam, 3 seconds. Like, the first playthrough and the second playthrough are, like, very close to each other. No, there's no struggle grind in red. You get confusion at the beginning. It's the big difference between Gen 1 for Alakazam. It's probably the Pokemon that will fall most in the rankings when compared with Yellow. The only other contender for that is Gyarados. Because it starts with Tackle in Yellow, which is equally bad for Brock because it's slow growth rate. So you have to take forever to level up to actually just have a good chance against beating Brock. Pretty brutal. Alright, we're going to go for the Bide strats against Misty here with my new little bag trick that I figured out. So we're running low on PP right now. But luckily, get an Elixir here. Then we go to the Elixir, spam the Elixir, then spam Teach Bide. Very fast. That is very fast. Don't need Seismic Toss. We talked about it during the first playthrough. We do need to heal before Misty though, because our health is low and we cannot beat her with low health using Bide. That is one disadvantage. There is a way around that. We could buy potions as our first item from the initial mart. Then, after we use Bide, we will have potions in the inventory and we can heal Alakazam fully, which will save time again, so we can make this interaction slightly better once again. I think 2 potions should be enough, and that'll definitely be faster than that heal. And then we don't have, then we only do the heal after Misty. We skip 1 heal. We'll save like maybe 2 seconds doing that. Kind of hope I lose here so that I can add that interaction. Yes! Let's go! Alright. 10 seconds faster. So that interaction saves time. And we can even squeeze out a little bit more there, I think. I hate this thing. Please don't hypnosis me. If you just don't hypnosis me, I'll be happy. Stop! Okay. Oh. This is actually a better Drowsy, even though it disabled the confusion. At least it didn't hypnosis. No, I don't think we want to buy that Drowsy. I don't think we want to bide the Drowsy. I don't really want to get locked into it. Maybe it would be better to bide. We at least have an option. That might be one reason. Like if it pounds or something and crits, maybe we'll deal back a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to take very much. Yeah, playing on regular speed would be like impossible now. Says Riku over on Twitch. Now let's go pick up Rest, because I'm bad. No, I'm joking. Getting Body Slam. During that fight, I think I want to switch Biden to slot 1 before the Body Slam teach. Maybe I'm wrong. We wasted a little bit more menu time there if we were doing the Bide strat. Oh, I got the downside there. It's an 82% chance to knock out the Ponyta in 1 hit. But we have enough PP this time, we didn't need to pick up the Ether. Like, Confusion is so much better. Oh, that was 41% chance to 1 hit. Alright. Psybeam. I'm going to do a contextual thing here. I should switch it for the next run and do repels after the SSN from Vermilion. I think always repels after SSN for Vermilion, because then if you need a super potion, you can also purchase the super potion right now. And then when you're in here, you can use the super potion, and then you can teach cut. And then teach dig. And you always want to do it in that order so that cut is at the top. And we want to also do it in that order. It resets the bag. It doesn't really matter though in this case, but in some cases it does. Okay. Okay. Come on, one hit. Aw, that's fine. Still faster by 2 turns. Gained 2 seconds there on Surge. Even with the super potion. And we could cut that super potion out if we have better luck. Yes, Diglett. I don't know if Diglett can learn cut. It doesn't matter though because we have dig. We don't need that. We don't need this heal. 100% we don't need this heal. Oh, I should have reordered the repels. It's fine. You only need to save PP and... Oh, duh. That's a very unfortunate Gen 1 miss. Gen 1 miss into getting poisoned. At least it wasn't Stun Spore, because that might have ended the run. Cut only in yellow version? Love that. 90% chance to 2-hit this using Psybeam. Psybeam is better than Body Slam here. Body Slam is a 3-hit. With only chance to 2-hit, should we crit? Hey. Hey, Ash. Well, this is the perfect amount of PP on Psybeam. Then we have 3 for the next trainer and 2 for the guy with his fire types. Oh, I should have done that first. I really should do the repel before the self-destructing hiker there. When my cursor is already properly buffered on everything before the battle takes place. I'll fix that next time. This is definitely not going to be the final run, I don't think. If it is, there's a lot to go back and clean up. I'm thinking about this more as a practice attempt right now. I think we do need that. We want to heal here, so we don't want to bike. But we're not going to deposit items. I don't think depositing items with Alakazam is good because we basically don't need to pick anything up. Actually, speaking of that, I think we should clog our inventory. $3 instead. What? What? Why is this happening? This happened 2 days in a row now. Huh. Yeah, the $3 are to clog the inventory so that we don't lose the inventory fullness when we get rid of the dolls. Side beam is better against execute. It can only go for barrage, so this one isn't scary. Yeah, there is a reason. The reason is to clog the inventory. Should have used that earlier. Lots of small things happening here that I can improve. It doesn't matter what you use here from a PP perspective, because you're about to get the heal on the next floor. Quick, another person ask why the third Pokeball. Yeah. Maybe I'll just do 4 next time. You got a third gateway to clog the ramp. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it feels like that in Protoss versus Arg. Level 34. The Marowak is an exception. It's grandfathered in from when I wasn't 100% sure on what my rules were going to be. And now we're too late into the challenges to really change stuff. Now, we could potentially cut out this trainer and go for the execute instead. Psybeam is actually pretty nice here. You only need the Psybeam. It's a 70% chance with Psybeam against the Tangela, but I prefer just to get it. There might be a way to stop Erica from giving us her TM. I'm just playing safe with that. I don't think you need it. It does reset the cursor though, so that you can bike this section. Obviously skipping these items. I didn't skip them last time, I'm pretty sure. And like, that's just bad play. The full restore I think is always pretty good to pick up. It also clogs the inventory if you're trying to do that. We could pick up one of those items, like the protein is like really in the way if we want to clog faster, or even the double team TM. Hey, we clogged. We clogged one item or one thing too soon because we do need to be able to get surf. Mm-hmm. Yeah, too much clog. I like Safari before this gym, because then we could just go and get Warden Candy right after this gym, because we fought Erica first. Safari after Koga is better if you don't want the Warden Candy, or you don't want to backtrack to it. Or you know that you have to Fuchsia heal. Fuchsia heal is okay. No, I don't like the poison. That did so much damage. Maybe Safari Zone before Erica has the play. Ooh, yeah, we could save the one. We could save something there, yeah. Like the fly, right? And then fly from Erica back to Koga. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. Gonna make it? Looks like it. No. We can't do that yet. Because this is Pokemon Red. No, that should have been Saffron Heal. Yeah, I used to like Safari Erica Koga, but then Zealous kept telling me like, oh, just Koga. I'm like, okay, and then I started switching stuff up. And now I'm seeing the method to why I was doing all the things I was doing before. Is Alakazam, okay, Snow. Alakazam is much easier in red than yellow. In yellow, it starts with only Teleport and Kinesis. This run is essentially dead if he sand attacks. And he sand attacks. Well, that was the worst possible turns for that. Another reason that Psybeam is good. Alternative option. Ha! We beat him. We're still 41 seconds ahead. Yep. Okay, we died. We did not have enough health to survive the Drowsy. I wanted to red bar it. We were doing a bad run anyways because there's a whole bunch of things that I've identified along the way that we can make better with a subsequent playthrough, so I'm not too broken up about losing that run and restarting now. I'm just going to quickly use the washroom, and then I'll be back, do more Alakazam playthroughs, and we're going to get a really good time. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I want to quickly just review some of the stuff we're going to do. We're going to buy the potions in the mart in Pewter City. Actually, buying 3 potions in the mart in Pewter City might be a good idea to clog the bag. No, I think only 2 actually. Because we clogged the bag before surf. I don't really like that. I would hope that we not do that again. And then we're going to do Safari before Erica. So we have more optimal fly route. Also, like, move Bide into slot 1 to teach. Body Slam. You can move Body Slam out of slot 1 then. Put whatever you want into slot 1 and then teach Psybeam. When you clog the bag, the gym leaders do not give you TMs, and so they don't print as much text because they always explain the TM to you. They just say, oh, you don't have enough space for this, and then they let you leave, so you save time. So if you can clog the bag, then you can prevent them from giving you TMs, which is really good if you don't need any of the TMs, and Alakazam, of course, doesn't need any of the TMs. I walked back. It's quite a bit of time. Like, I think you save like 1 or 2 seconds per gym leader per item that you skip. So if you skip like 5, which I think 4 or 5 we can skip with Alakazam, like if we do that, we save like 10 seconds. Alright. Not a great early game. I'm not super happy with my movement here. It's fine. We need crits here to speed up the fight. Or misses. Misses speed up the fight too. Oh, crit and a miss there. Pretty good, Brock. 1 second slower. But we're like kind of on rails until this point of the game, like I've said before. Alright, we want potions first. No, it's not going to ruin the bide strat. It's going to make the bide strat better. Are you kidding me? Potion's not going to ruin it. The potion is underneath bide because Brock already gave us bide. So we'll use the elixir, then the cursor will go to bide, then we'll teach bide. After we teach bide, we'll spam through. We'll use the potions, and then because we use the potions... Oh, did I pick up the antidote? Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah. We did. The antidote is going to ruin it. And yes, no, the Gyarados was another victim of the red to yellow moveset changes. They took away... It only has tackle. Hey, wait. There's no way to fix this. Ah, it's so slow. I hate that. Well, we kind of... The Paris is okay. What am I doing? We'll check the Misty split. If the Misty split's bad, we'll probably restart this one. I'm not super happy with my early game here. Hopefully we can get the favorable roll here. Yep. That's nice. Serpentine. Paris catch was RNG manipulation. Rami Scott, why not catch early Pidgey? Early Pidgey is not available in red. There is no Pidgey in the forest. If you catch Pidgey before you catch Paris, then there are more inputs in every menu and you have to teach or use cut. So delaying and then catching Doduo is advantageous for that reason. No, it's not possible to go to Misty first. Confusion will be so slow to knock out the Starmie, and its Bubble Beams do decent damage. It is for sure better to go up Route 24 and 25 first. And I think there are 3 strategies for Misty. Seismic Toss, which is the worst. Confusion, which is second worst, and Bide, which is best. Bide has most upside in terms of time. Oh, with Bide against Misty first? Like, we could, but, like, what advantage does that give us? We don't learn Bubble Beam. We don't have a reason to open the inventory to teach Bide up until now. Like, I would rather have the reason to open the inventory and then go back to Misty. Picking up Mega Punch is just going to waste time. And it's not as good as Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss is the superior strategy over that. But even Seismic Toss is not good. Alright, here it is. That's really slick. Oh, it's good. Yeah, you only want to do early Misty if you need Bubble Beam for your Pokemon. Then it makes sense because you gain the advantage of Bubble Beam throughout all of Nugget Bridge. Otherwise, you just do a slow Misty when you could have had a fast Misty by doing Nugget Bridge first. Seismic Toss would be better if Bide didn't exist. I picked it up. I picked it up. It's clogging the bag. That's the goal. It was all by design. Yeah, my movement's not great today. It was like, I think it was better in the previous run, but this run is not great. Yeah, the rival could be easier if Misty's done with Bide. Bye-bye. See, not a great run up until now, but we saved time there on Misty. Oh. Oh, no. Come on, crit. Let's crit. Let's go! No. No! Okay, well, that was a fast hypnosis. This is probably the best Drowsy we've had there all day. It's been bad in every single run. It's the least amount of bonks I've had. I don't know. It's easier to have less bonks in playthroughs that are short by default. So, like, Alakazam is going to be easier to have less bonks because you're not like walking around a bunch. Whereas with like, I don't know, Goldeen, you're going to be walking around a bunch more. So there's more chances to bonk into things and the run is overall longer, which will inflate the bonk count. Look at that. Holding off the Vermilion Mart. Yeah, we need to do bonks per second, yeah. That's what we need to do, or bonks per minute, yeah. Nine seconds faster. Figure out that BPM. Yeah, it's BPM, bonks per minute. I like that. As a musician, that joke makes me really happy. Yeah, we could actually calculate all these things right now. I can literally write the code in like 5 minutes right after this. We want to do cut, then dig. And then no heal in Cerulean City. Wow, that was hard to say. I think if Surge paralyzes you, you heal in Cerulean City. I think that's the only reason. Because you don't want to go through the whole next route. Like, the Wrapping Lass is going to be a nightmare if you don't heal. Alright, hopefully don't get the Gen 1 miss on the Wrapping Lass again. That was annoying. Gotta be better at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't go back to Vermilion. Luckily, we could just do that there. That's churro. Yeah, I bought repels. I went to the Cerulean City Mart to do that. I forgot. I remembered to skip Vermilion, but I did not remember to go back to Vermilion after the SSN. That's not in my route yet. Not in my brain. After Machamp yesterday, I'm quite convinced that that's the better way to do Vermilion City overall, though. Let's go. Hopefully this is not really brutal headbutts. Okay, no headbutt there. Nice. I really like having Confusion in slot 4 for this section of the game. It makes it really quick to access. How often you stream Red? I stream Red right now like twice a week. My goal is twice a week, but eventually at the end of the year it'll have to be 3 or 4 times a week. Oh, Hiker Repel, forgot. Yeah, true. Thanks, Justin. Who is harder than in yellow? There aren't really any trainers that are much harder in yellow or much harder in red. I don't think anyone, honestly. Maybe Surge, like that's like the one. Maybe Surge or Misty are harder. Brock, like all the early gym leaders. Brock is 2 levels higher. Misty doesn't have Harden, which makes her attack more. Surge has good AI, so Pokemon like Zubat are more likely to get wrecked. I did check that that was correctly set this time. The beginning. Like, Giovanni is so much better in yellow. He is terrifying in yellow, and he's so bad in red. Oops. Hey, we still knocked it out. It's okay. Don't do it. Helicopter heads. That's how it flies. Oh, I forgot to use the... I didn't reorder this. Not great. Not great. No, we don't want to toss the great balls. We want to clog the bag. Gotta keep the great balls. The great balls are serving a purpose. I need my balls in my bag. So that things are nice and clogged up. Will it clog before surf? We're gonna find out. But we're getting surf this time before we're doing... Like last time we did Erica first, so we had the Mega Drain TM chilling in the bag. But if we do Safari first, we will not. Oh! It looks so close, but it's so far. 17.4% chance to one-hit that. By the way, Confusion one-hits all of these Pokemon. That sniper. So good. Ah! Well, we learned a thing. Does clog the bag. We need to get rid of something. Ah, it's the ether. It's the ether. Of course it's the ether. People are gonna be outraged that I threw the nugget. Everyone gets mad at my videos when I throw things like vitamins and stuff like that. Ah, like, no, keep the vitamin. The vitamin is amazing. No, it's not. It's not good. If you haven't planned to use it, you don't need it. Get rid of it. I think chancing the Psybeam here might be the best play. On the Tangela. Okay. Love when that happens. No room for Erica's TM. Yes, we did it. Then we fly to Koga. Look at that. It's the first fly point too, so minimum fly. Yeah, thank you, Churro. Thank you. I know, buddy. Are you excited about the fact that it's minimum fly turns to Erica? Or to Koga? No, I hate you. Hey, dude. Dude, you're so noisy. No. No. This was a terrible fight against the juggler. That's about as bad as it could go, honestly. Get out of here. Yeah, dude, that's the microphone. You want to sniff it? How is it? Hey, go back over to your bed. Look, see? I do not allow myself to make the decision to just skip the heal and then have Alakazam faint in the overworld. That is not something I allow. Look at my PP right now. Seriously. We replenish it with Nurse Joy right before going into Sylph, and we only had 3 uses. Like, obviously that's because the drowsy guy was really bad, but it's pretty satisfying seeing things being that tight. And I think in general, just like Psybeam stuff when you don't have to use Psychic so that you don't need to open the inventory and use an elixir. Uh-oh. Even though I don't do it in order? What do you mean I don't do it in order? Of course I do it in order. You're supposed to body slam this, obviously. Alright, rival. 1 minute and 14 seconds faster. It's a pretty good time save for this point. Psybeam one-shots this. Body slam here. Look at my PP again. I know I'm obsessed with it, but 4. Perfect for Giovanni. No issues like last time. Except picking up the ether early on. No. Lovely. No bike because we're picking up Mimic. I don't have space. Okay, so I have to toss something at some point here. It's like maybe after Giovanni toss something. What just happened? Turn 1 Frost, this is really good. Yep. My pack is full with my gray balls. Nope. Do you miss Gen 1's inventory management later gens? Well, I'm really only getting okay at this inventory management now. I don't think the other games have as deep inventory management because you're not as restricted. In general, I do like mechanics that restrict the player and force the player to have to think about stuff. They're not fun for casual players, but within this format, it's really fun having to like work up against these limitations. Gosh, we're gonna have to work out these items after this run. Stuff not going well. So like we need to throw an item after Giovanni and then throw an item after Warden Candy, I think. That'll get us secret key and we won't pick up a gym leader TM. Yeah, we don't know why the error is happening, but it's happening after the first Chandler. Rival 6 gets a split. Not sure why. Uh-oh. That's a omen of, well, the super potion. No, I don't think it's that they have similar tags. I think it's a first arrival problem. I think that the ID changes sometimes before the class changes, and then it registers that we've won against the rival when we haven't fought the rival. But his number changed, so then it thinks it's a different battle, but it's not actually a different battle. By the way, you can Psybeam that. And I think I should be Psybeaming the stuff that I can. Like, I can Psybeam both of these. It's also 2-shot for Psybeam on the Rhydon, and a 2-shot for Psychic on the Rhydon, with both having upside for the 1-hit. Psybeam's lowest damage range, 102. So, basically, Psychic only the Doug Trio to get the 1-hit. Everything else is just Psybeam. That did a lot. Good thing the Rhydon's bad. Or Rhyhorn. It's Rhyhorn at this point. Not my favorite. Oh, good. Really good. Let's go. Remember, ignore that split. It's wrong. This cave is atrocious. The boulder's bad, the cave's bad, everything's bad. It's not even a cheese cave. It doesn't look like the cheese cave from earlier on Pokemon Red. Nothing's working here. Oops. At least I didn't use dig. Yeah, I don't know what Agatha Jr.'s trainer number is, but I bet it's the same number as Rival 6. That's why it happens. I think. We'll see though. I'm gonna fix that. Hopefully fix that after this stream. It's been happening for a while. I tried to fix it once, but it didn't work. Trainer IDs are not unique. No, they're a combination between trainer class and ID. So like it's a number plus a trainer class. So it's like trainer class 1 plus number 2. So it's not unique. It becomes unique in later generations, but not in Gen 1. Which then causes these problems. That's the fastest elixir of all time. Hopefully no Gen 1 misses here. Yeah, we could add logic that requires that split to be, yeah, on root 6, exactly. Or root 22. Just in case Gen 1 miss. And I also don't have favorable damage range against the final Gengar. It's 58%. I don't want to chance that. I'm red barring this. I do need to heal against this. Lol, Scott sucks. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay. I think we have decided that Reflect is in fact better than Mimic. Cool. We learned a thing. We got a dead run, but we learned a thing. I'm not really paying attention right now. Alright, it's a dead run. No, Smash Math. Victory Road Candy is fine. It's 10 seconds. It's not too slow. Ha! Gen 1 missed on Mimic. No, no Mimic. We'll run no Mimic. Yes, Victory Road Candy does prevent the level up into the Dragonite. I don't actually think the level up into the Dragonite, though, is a problem if we run Reflect. I added a new thing that updates my moves, so I can just add it in. It changes the PP and everything too, so that we can test stuff like this more quickly. The last time I was getting unlucky with Reflect. Now, Reflect does not trigger the badge boost. That is one difference between these moves. But it means when Hyper Beam hits, it does that amount of damage, which is a lot less. We will have to 2-hit this. Or, well, we'll crit. Cool. Ha! Yeah, well, if you didn't know how bad Dragonite can be, that explains it. Yeah, this is way better. This is 100% way better. Okay, so Reflect is the strategy. Mimic is not the strategy. We've actually learned a lot about Alakazam in the playthroughs so far today. We have learned that Bide is slightly superior for Misty over Mega Punch, Seismic Toss, and Confusion. We learned how to get Psybeam for Surge to speed that battle up a little bit. We've learned so much about bag management. Yeah, 2606 Giovanni is really good. Yeah, it's really good. I think I can still squeeze maybe 20 more seconds out. I think I can. Should we try and fix the split error? I'm just going to look at it quickly. 1 second. Where would it be? Compare. I programmed all this stuff so long ago that I'm gonna have to yeah, I don't think I can fix it right away. Yeah, I think with the Reflect strategy, it's better to go 1 PP up. 2 is really safe, hyper safe, but I think we can do 1 PP up for safety. I think I might actually do 2 PP ups in this run just to be ultra safe with Alakazam. I don't know. Maybe I don't need it, honestly. I think 1 PP up's probably fine. I don't know. Lorelai's a bit more annoying. Just gonna record this. Yeah, we don't get T-Bolt. We get Thunder Wave, which is not the same. Hey, we got through on the tight patch. I think Mr. Mime is the one you're thinking of that gets Thunderbolt. There's one Psychic type that gets Thunderbolt, or it's Hypno. Oh yeah, I'm gonna skip the antidote this time. That was a mistake last time. That's clean. Yeah, Mime got Thunderbolt. Yeah, okay. Good Brock. Yeah, we're doing Reflect this time. Reflect TM. I need to remember that. I'm probably going to forget it, but Reflect TM, yes. Only 2 Pokédolls as well, because we will not get Mimic. We could also run Mimic for Lorelei just to speed that fight up. This is... I think in the end you need to choose between one, but we could do the Mimic until Lance and then switch over after that. It's definitely a possibility. This is why the move pool is on the right hand side of the screen, so that you can check the move pool for yourself. And no, Alakazam does not get Thunderbolt. Hey, that's a good Paris. I should have made Alakazam the Scott's Thoughts avatar. Because that would be really funny. It's my thoughts, right? So, like, I have a big brain. Big brain thoughts. Also, it's the evolved form of J-Rose's avatar. That would be a way to win over all the new viewers. No, I have not grown enough to use double edge on Alakazam. Absolutely not. It doesn't make sense to do it. I know you're joking, but it doesn't make sense to do it because you have to go into the hideout and fight 2 additional trainers. Double edge really does need to change the math for Pokemon, and obviously Body Slam Body Slam actually has more upside because there's paralysis chances. Hopefully get the confusion here. Oh, crit and confusion. Nice. Oh no. Oh, the comments are... Yeah, that's right. J-Rose, I will state now, making some jokes, but J-Rose inspired me to make these videos along with my dry bread. And yeah, we all love J-Rose, obviously. Great content creator, doing wonderful stuff for the solo challenge community. Yeah, if you prefer your Pokemon without math, I suggest J-Rose. If you prefer your Pokemon very repetitive with math, then what I have to serve is maybe a little bit better. And by very repetitive, I mean we're going to sit here for the next like 2 hours trying to do the perfect Alakazam playthrough and probably not get it. Let's go. Okay, so this bag management right outside of this here, this is maybe the most satisfying thing about this run. Like, I love that. That is so good. Remember the ether? I'm gonna skip it. It's interesting what I'm noticing in these challenges. I don't think I'm gonna be able to articulate this well while playing, but what I'm noticing in these challenges is that slowly things that are not optional are moving up in my mind and becoming optional and more contextually relevant, rather than just something I do every single time. So like, for instance, that ether is something I used to just pick up every single time no matter what. I didn't think about it. But now I'm starting to think about the context surrounding that ether and if I should pick it up or I shouldn't. And flexible thinking like this is always going to be stronger than inflexible thinking. 13 seconds faster. All right, yeah, 7-11. Misty's buying Pokemon cards. That Misty would have only been made better with a 2-turn bide, so that we didn't take the 3rd Bubble Beam, wasting time. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. The perfect Drowsy. Missed a disable and used Pound. I guess not perfect. Missing 2 disables in a row would be perfect. Or maybe missing 1 disable and then us critting. There's always ways to be better. Not a perfect Sandy. How many times is she going to quick attack? Twice? Okay, only twice. Not great, but still okay. Dig is more useful as an HM move, though. That's the thing about Dig. It can prevent us from buying escape ropes. No, Mega Punch is not faster than Body Slam. Mega Punch is a terrible move. It misses so much, and it does less damage, and it doesn't have the upside for paralysis. The upside for paralysis is actually huge. Because it gives us the knockouts on so many of the Pokemon. Like the Alakazam, when we paralyze it, that's why we're knocking it out. We're not knocking it out because of raw damage. Yeah, imagine missing on Sabrina's Alakazam and it recovers to full. Imagine using Dig on Sabrina's Alakazam and then it recovers to full. That's why Dig is not useful. And like every turn, Sabrina's Alakazam is using Recover. So with Dig, you need to get, I guess you need to get a critical hit and just one shot. Like, if you're running Dig, you're probably going to resort to Toxic there. I like that Mart. I like that Mart a lot. No. Imagine picking up the Max Elixir. Wait, the Max Ether? Is this shade? I don't understand. I feel like I'm being made fun of. Nice. The menu is already selecting the Paris there because you have to cut to get out of the gym. It's very, very concise. I love it. Okay, all of this menuing was so much better than last time. No Gen 1 misses. Come on. Not right now. This is when we don't need it. Okay, perfect. Even just Gen 1 missing into the Bellsprout and then getting wrapped is kind of consequential for Alakazam. It's so fast that like losing like 5 seconds on a wrap is painful. Let's go! I could Confusion that to use the last PP. I hate you. Disable's actually really annoying. Do you have a favorite base set Pokemon card? I haven't thought about that. I want to do a video on my base set, like in my original Pokemon card collection at some point. I gotta think, like, which ones do I like? The Gyarados card is really sick. Gotta stop talking about Pokemon cards right there. I almost ran into the random hiker. Luckily, I would have had to press down at a very bad time to do that. I didn't hiker repel. That one's gonna take a little while to pick up, I think. Yeah, Disable and Poison Gas were the biggest time wasters. You're right, Austin. Which is wild. Because those moves normally are not that bad. But Alakazam is just that good. The Alakazam card from the base set is actually really good. I remember when my friend got it, and I like didn't believe him. He's like, I got Alakazam, and everyone was like, Alakazam is the best Pokemon. Like, that was the meme when I was a kid, or like the thing, like all the kids said in the school ground was like, Alakazam is obviously the best. But obviously we knew Mewtwo was better. We were just like, Alakazam is second best to Mewtwo, essentially. I need to remember Reflect. It's here. It's TM33. No. Okay, I remembered Reflect. I'm playing pretty well today, despite being tired. I remember when my friend told me about the fossil set, because I had never seen the fossil set. He was just like, yeah, there's fossil cards, and you can get like Omastar and Kabutops and stuff. I was like, no way, like, because I didn't realize that you could just get those cards. Like, obviously they're gonna make a set with all the cards, but for Tiny Child Scott, I was like, there's only certain Pokemon that were made into cards. Yeah, this shop does have Mega Kick. Yeah. Oh, I did that again. It's because, okay, it's because the cursor, I had to move the cursor. I know why it is. I moved the cursor down to teach Reflect, and then I think the cursor is on the second move slot, so then I press up, and then I accidentally use Confusion. We're gonna get we got the error probably split there from her. At least it seems to be deterministic when that shows up, which means there's a simple problem that we can easily fix. I haven't seen Dennis in a long time. Yeah, I haven't seen Dennis in a long time. Pokemon cards were really like a way for like the darkest impulses of children to come out, like stealing friends' cards and stuff like that. I like the Scyther base set card. The Scyther base set card was my first rare that I got. Safari. Without a bike. I just remember like Pokemon cards getting banned at a bunch of schools. Oh. I messed that up. Wait, I have an idea. This mess up actually sparked some kind of inspiration. Check this out, okay? Everyone get ready. It's nice biking. Okay, check this out, check this out. We're gonna fight Erica, right? We can get the PP up when we go over there. And then we just go down to Erica, and it's like the motion kind of connects, making it not nearly as out of the way to just go and grab that and then like walk over to the department store. Like that's so much less convenient. I still think Zealous-Pawn is correct here that we should not do this by default, but that's a fine like mistake correction to fit in. We're doing better than we were last time. We prevented Erica from giving us an item. Now outside of her gym. Oh, it's only one motion. It's so concise there. I gotta remember that. No! No one saw that. No one saw that. No one was watching. Everyone was watching in the background, right? Everyone was watching in the background. Everyone was listening to the voiceover exclusively. We're okay. Koga's gym was way better than normal, but... I think we're supposed to use that PP up right before we cut the tree to go to Erica's gym. If we do it that way. Sorry, we just gotta fly away from here. Big PP Pidgey. Oh, this is one of these runs. Really, it is like perfect play is what's going to get us the extra time. This is, I think I should probably side beam that. Oh, that was nice. The crit there. Pretty good. Nice. Oh, this was clean. Just swap to Pidgey main now. Yeah, easy fix. I agree. Just send in Pidgey. Where was Pidgey at 21 minutes? I don't think it had beat Misty yet. Lucky we don't need the extra psychic PP for this. Oh, we don't need Mimic. Hey, not needing Mimic, the bag management's actually a little bit easier because you don't have to toss an item there before Giovanni to prevent Sabrina from giving you Psywave, which is nice. And then we also save the time going into the house to pick up Mimic and a small amount of time cursoring up to get 3 instead of 2 Pokedolls. All these little things matter. Okay. Sabrina has not been a problem. Oh, look at the time advantage. 5 minutes. Or sorry, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's what I meant by 5 minutes. Nope, don't need this. Psychic's already maxed. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I gotta remember, after Sabrina, we go to the Warden. That's a weird thing. I don't normally do that. The Warden seems so hard to memorize in this game. I don't know why. The tossing of Toxic there, I should toss it after I teach Surf to reset the menu. No, I'm not. I'm doing just the Reflect strategy. I'm gonna not teach Mimic for Lorelei. I'll just have Psybeam, and that'll be the extra PP that I need to do damage to her. Clean. This Pokemon is incredibly dominant. There are like, I think there are only 3 fights that are a little bit sketchy. Rival 5, but he's not that bad. The champion, he's not that bad. And Lance, who's pretty bad. Outside of that, Alakazam is just like a monster. Yeah, Tombstoner Brother for all our Gym Leader Matt fans. Do you see how fast that text is where it's like, make room for this child? It's like so fast. I also don't think, because we can use Psybeam so much against Giovanni, that we need to do a Viridian City heal prior to him. I'm so scared I'm going to run into that trainer like I did yesterday. Yeah, Alakazam's growth rate is so much better than Mewtwo's. Levels up way faster. The only difference, though, is that Mewtwo starts with Psychic. That's a big difference. Hey, we crit the right on for slightly faster there. Hey, remember the 2606 Giovanni we had last time? 2539. 2539. Let's go. Let's get on the bike. Should have used a repel. Gonna use a repel. Let's go. Get out of here, Pidgeot. Yeah, that's right. Bye-bye, Rhyhorn. You're bad. Psychic? Leech Seed? Oh, I hate Leech Seed. Leech Seed is the worst. Potentially problematic for the Alakazam, but could get a crit turn 1 here and finish it in 2 turns, which is ideal. And then Flamethrower win. Nice, clean rival. Obviously 13 minutes and 54 seconds ahead. Oh, yesterday after stream, I did a viewer game on StarCraft on Twitch. It was very fun. I might do that again today because I'm feeling energized after this stream. So I might do a little bit of fun StarCraft over on Twitch after this. I realized 7th Ace that I was not recording at that time though, so I don't know how to get the VOD unless I can just pull it off of Twitch. I turned off the recording after the stream. I'm like watching chat while I'm doing Victory Road. I need to not do this to focus. Victory Road is sketchy. Trash boulder though. Moving the boulder counts as a bonk. Yeah, it makes a bonk sound. Ledges and doors too. Alright. I think you should cut all saves when trying to optimize this further. Why did it always drop my attack? Don't you dare. Stop. Nice. Oh. Not nearly as clean as with Mimic, but still possible. No, where are you? Wasting time. Hey, who is this guy? What's he doing here? I don't know. He doesn't know. He's got him a champ. I used it yesterday. It was good, but not when he uses it. Look at the time. Let's go. Lance. No, don't do that. Sorry. It should not be setting up on the Gyarados because it gives it time to use Leer. Darn. So if it's their low health, body slam them to save PP. The hyper potions here can be very bad, as you can see. Champion. We got to get a paralysis or a crit here. Or psychics, apparently. I kind of wanted badge boosts there. Oh, I guess we lose them right before the executor. Okay, crit turn 1 is good. That's not a good crit. Paralysis. That crit's very bad. We're healing. Stomp. Alright. Solid. $33.02. This is really good. Like, it's really good. I do have a better time with Mew in Pokemon Yellow, but the amount that I optimized the Pokemon Mew run is quite ridiculous. And this is a time with 2 resets, so like we're not even close to some kind of threshold. Also, game time 208, like that's really good. I think I am just gonna take this result. This is a good enough result that demonstrates how good Alakazam is in the 2-run format. I think that we see that we can go lower than this. Like, it's not gonna be a challenge to go lower than this. I think I think that no, I think we can do sub 30 with Alakazam. I do think it's possible to do sub 30, but like we have to get really, really, really like I think we cut the gentleman candy. There's some small things that we can do that will improve the speed. And like you can get riskier. We can like skip some stuff that I'm not like willing to skip. Skip like even some saves. Like I'm saving here like for Lorelei and stuff like that. There's so much more that we can do. I kind of do want to play more runs of this and just improve my play with it, but I am going to leave it here because this format is a 2-run format for Red, and it would feel unfair if I did like 5 playthroughs with Alakazam and then ranked it based on that. I could do more and then not rank it, but that also doesn't feel great. Still, even just as is with the 2 resets on Lance, who is the hardest trainer in the run, we still crushed Mr. Mime's time. 35 minutes and 26 seconds. Game time, 2 hours, 16 minutes. Alakazam's time, 33 minutes and 2 seconds, is more than 2 minutes faster than Mr. Mime. More than 2 minutes faster. And it's also 8 minutes faster in terms of game time. So, look at how closely Mr. Mime and Gyarados are together, 3 seconds apart. And then Machamp is just like a little bit behind them, like 25 seconds, 20 seconds. These 3 are pretty closely clustered at the top, but Alakazam just blew all of them out of the water. Alakazam is definitely the best Pokemon we've done so far. I think we're going to have to wait a while to get a better result than Alakazam. I don't think in Red that Victory Bell will outperform Alakazam. I think Victory Bell will be close, but it will get outperformed. I think Gengar is not going to be anywhere near these Pokemon. Gengar is good, but like Gengar likes to use Hypnosis. Maybe I'm wrong though, because Gengar, there aren't as many Earthquake users in Red as there are in Yellow, and I always think about the Sandslash, and I'm just like, well, like you're going to be using a lot of Hypnosis right at the end of the game and losing a lot. Mewtwo is definitely going to be better than Alakazam though. Mew might be worse, like people were saying, because Brock is more difficult. Okay. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all of you being here. It's so much fun doing these streams. This video is gonna come out in a month or 2, where we re-rank Alakazam in Yellow, and then I'll show these Red playthroughs and compare the 2. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, you are incredible. Thanks for the support on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. That stuff really does keep the lights on for me over here and for my team, so we really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks so much. I'm going to go over onto Twitch and play some StarCraft now. See you next time.